Zuhdi Jasser is with us. Zuhdi is the, I don't know the exact, what's the name of the organization, Zuhdi? Tell me.
The American Islamic Forum for Democracy.
Thank you. How do you see Hillary's performance on ISIS and Islamic terrorism? You just heard it. What'd she say?
Well, I have to tell you, Stuart, I'm getting a little tired. For someone who's knee-deep in the trenches of the issues, both domestically and globally, I'm getting tired of the media basically focusing that somehow she's simply the lesser of evils or the alternative. It's about ISIS. It's about failed Syria policy. It's about when she was Secretary of State, the grounds were being laid for cash transfers of $99 million in 13 payments that we just found out. Why isn't the media asking her about that? No, we have to find out what her rebuttal is to Trump's responses, which is absurd. She's not being held to the standard of a presidential candidate, and they continue to do that in this sort of fake press conference, which really didn't seem to be, like many of you were saying just a few minutes ago, wasn't really at the standards of what a Washington tough press conference should have been about. And all these issues were just sort of left on the table.
How many American Muslims will vote for Donald Trump?
Well, I think I can tell you from the Syrian community, many American Muslims are seeing this failed, intentional Syria policy that has empowered Russia and Iran, and barrel bombs of chlorine gas are being dropped on Aleppo, and are seeing that they don't want another third term of Barack Obama, which is what they're seeing. So I think as American Muslims wake up, they are going to see that a third term of Barack Obama is only going to continue to bring devastation upon the people of Syria and allow ISIS to grow.
I mean, but seriously, I mean, will American Muslims give 80 or 85 or 90% of their votes to Hillary Clinton? I mean, give me a number here.
Well, those numbers actually are probably where they are right now, because unfortunately the Republican Party, through Mr. Trump, has not been able to engage the narrative of strong national defense, defense of religious freedom, that Muslims are part of that, that we lead, that we are part of the solution. So until the Republican Party, through Mr. Trump, can get that narrative right, we're handing over the victim narrative of the Islamist grievance groups to the Hillary campaign. And unfortunately, that's sort of where the Muslim vote has gone in the last two elections.
Zuhdi, I don't want to get too far away from last night's Commander-in-Chief Forum and today's press conference, but I do want to bring something to your attention, and that is the wall that they are building in Calais, France, to keep migrants, largely Muslim migrants, out of Britain. I say that this is another example of the breakup of Europe as we know it, and they're breaking up under the pressure of millions of Muslim migrants. What do you make of this?
Well, it's basically it's sort of like political Newtonian physics, which is an equal and opposite reaction to the loss of the national identity of many countries. And Brexit was partly, if not a lot, about that, which is the UK wants to maintain its national integrity, its national identity, and the influx of refugees, unidentified, undocumented, those over from France, has to stop. And the fence was working, and they want to make it into a wall. Bottom line is that it's the same narrative, is that people need to come legally, not illegally, and that's what was happening in that region between the UK and France. And we'll see across the devastation that Merkel's party in Germany has been seeing is because of her inability to show leadership in German integrity and German identity. And we're going to see this sweep across Europe as a response to the influx and loss of national identity through many countries in Europe.
Bottom line, Zuhdi, and I want to repeat this for all of our viewers who may not know you well, you oppose political Islam. That's where you're coming from, correct?
Yep, I see the root cause is not terrorism, which is simply a symptom. The root cause is theocratic Islam. And us anti-theocratic Muslims need to lead this solution of reform. The key, Stuart, is reform, whether it be domestically in America and Europe or in the countries in the Middle East that are the cauldrons of radical Islam. So our so-called allies like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, these countries are the cauldrons of radical Islam, political Islam. We need to defeat the ideology at its roots, which is theocratic Islam.